Hello and welcome to my channel. I'm cutting my head off again, but that's the usual thing. So I haven't really sorted the pieces since last time, but I have looked at them and I also spread them out more. So I can actually see all the pieces that I'm currently working on, not just, like half of them or whatever. So that's a good thing. Now I wouldn't call it bad thing. There's so many pieces, and yes, I know it's a big puzzle, but it's hard to there are so many pieces. That is currently a rather big challenge for me. That's simple. It's a big challenge. That's it. So yeah, it's been a couple of days for me and probably a couple of days for you. I never really remember. But my parents came to visit. And when my parents comes to visit, I get to be a very, very spoiled child of theirs. And I'm so grateful. And I know it doesn't sound bad it doesn't sound good to say, ooh, look at me, I'm so spoiled by my parents. And I wouldn't say that I'm spoiled in the way they're giving me a lot of things. But at the same time, in a way, I am. But I think the reason I'm a little hesitant to say that, because I'm spoiled in a way that when they come to visit, they also come to work. And let me tell you, they are, I have no idea where they get their energy from. And I mean, they're from a different generation than I am. Obviously, anything else would have been exceptionally weird. But they grew up doing it, different than what I have, because I grew up in a different time than they did. And that definitely shows sometimes. I'm not saying that I'm lazy and don't do anything. I mean, if that was the case, I would definitely not have bought this place with an acre of open field that I'm gonna turn into basically where I grow vegetables and flowers. Fingers crossed I can sell some of it at some point. But if I was lazy, this is not the place I would have bought. Just putting that out there. But when my parents come to visit, they also come to work and it's not like I'm telling them to work or demanding it or whatever. It's because, they're my parents, they love me, and they want to help. And I am so grateful. And also because they know so much more than I do. So I need their knowledge, and they share it very willingly, which I'm very, very grateful for. But it also leaves me exhausted every time they've been to visit because they could work get up in the morning, work all day, and then go to bed. But I am not. I don't have my parents' stamina. You might think so, because I am, younger than my parents, because my parents are obviously older than me. That is not the case. That is so not the case. My parents, when they really go for it, and they do, because they want to help. I try telling them to slow down and have a break every now and then, but no, we're so into it now, we might as well continue. And I was like, okay, I need a break. Can we have a break together so we can chit chat a little? That would be nice. Because honestly, I get exhausted way sooner than my parents do. They could just, I don't know exactly what to compare them with, but there's someone who could just keep on going and going and going and going and going, and it just keeps going. And I don't always get it, because I am unfortunately not quite there. Man, I wish I had their energy sometimes because whew, that would have been so helpful. I would have gotten so much done all the time. Unfortunately, I do not have their energy, even though I really wish. I really wish I had their energy because that is something to behold. Is that how you would phrase it? I think so. But like it's insane in a good way, not a bad way, but in a good way. And I'm always so impressed, and I don't know how they do it, but I do love it, and I very much appreciate it. And we worked our butts off. Or I should say, I worked until I was absolutely knackered, absolutely exhausted, and then my parents kept going for another little while longer or something. It's yeah, as I said, it's very, very fascinating how they can just keep going. I wish there was like a magic pill or something that I could just take for that, because wow, that is something. I'm always impressed with that. And I'm always also like, after they leave the next day, I'm also just generally exhausted because we've all worked so hard. And I mean, I am working my butt off to try to keep up with my parents. And I honestly, I can't. I can't keep up with my parents when they work outside. I don't know how. I literally don't know how, because they are, yeah, they're very, very, very good at that. The working hard part. And I mean, I am very, as I said, very grateful. I take, it sounds bad, I take full advantage of it. Not in a bad way. I mean, they're my parents, as I said, they want to help, and I do tell them to take breaks, and I do my best to feed them proper food when they're here and working their butts off for me, and but like yeah, it's a thing. I'm always exhausted after they leave. And it lasts for usually like lasts for a day or two, because I do not have my parents' stamina, which I don't know, should I even admit that? Because, I don't know, it feels almost embarrassing how much, and it's not like I'm in like awful shape. I just, something in my body stops me from going and going and going. I can go for a while and then it stops, and I just have to wait until it will allow me to start back up again. It's super annoying. I have no idea what to do with it. My doctors don't know what the problem is. They're like, oh, you look fine on the thing that they check out, so there's not a problem. It's like, when I stop functioning, yeah, that actually is a bit of a problem. Just because you can't figure it out doesn't mean it's not a problem. So, yeah. I'm not saying I have a bone to pick with my doctors, but they should probably figure out what's wrong with me. That would be great. That would be very helpful. But yeah, so yeah, my parents were here yesterday. I'm worn out today because my parents were here and worked their asses off on my property. I mean, the goal when I bought this place was to do, if not absolutely everything myself, because there are some things that I can't, because I don't have the knowledge. And for some, you need professionals to do things. And sometimes you don't necessarily need a professional to do things. You just need, I don't know, another set of hands. I was putting up a rain gutter, and I couldn't hold the gutter up and slide it into where it needed to be by myself, because I only had 2 hands. So I needed some help. At that point, my neighbor was home and she helped me out, which, yet again, I am grateful, because I have amazing neighbors, all of them. And they are willing to help, which I am very grateful for. But yeah, my parents were here. We worked our butts off. And I obviously fed them. I tried to do my best with that. And now I'm trying to do my best with the puzzle, but that is harder than... Actually, this puzzle is way easier than trying to keep up with my parents when they start going at it for work, because that is insane. In the best way possible, but I mean, they're not here all the time, so they can't help me all the time. And I mean, that would not work for me anyway, because I would not be able to do anything. I'd be so exhausted all the time. That would not be fun. But yeah, I'm a little worn out today, so I figure I'd sit and do my puzzle a little. I'm struggling with that too, so you know, struggles is, I don't know, a theme these days, but it's fine. I have been planting stuff outside. I have put seeds in the ground. I think I told you that I put a lot of seeds in the ground. I now have, I won't call them trellises for my tomatoes and cucumbers. Basically, I have a little patch where there's a lot of trees and they're very skinny, and I chopped some of them down and stuck them in the ground, and there will be my makeshift trellises for tomatoes and cucumbers. So that's going to be interesting. I've never tried that before. Then again, I've never grown cucumbers before, so that's a new to me thing too. There's a lot of things that are new to me. So many things. But it's fun. I mean, I don't know if I'll get much food out of it, because I don't have... I mean, I put a lot of brassica plants, for instance, in the ground outside, and if the bugs find those, they will be toast, and then some. Because I don't have... Oh, definitely didn't work. I don't have anything to cover them with. I don't know what it's called. It's like white, like netting-ish that rain and sunlight can get through, but not the bugs. I don't have that. I don't have any way to cover my crops in such a way, so if the bugs find my crops, I will not get a lot. So that's and just another of the many things. There are so many things, but yeah, I still have so much stuff to plant out though, because we never really got to plant out stuff yesterday because there was so much else that also was happening. So it's a thing. It's a big thing. It's a huge thing. Dad worked on digging. I thought that would be my word of the year. But my dad is very efficient digging. And my mom, she definitely works hard too. So I was just like, yeah, I was trying my best to keep up with them, realizing there's no chance in hell I'll be able to keep up with them, feeling a little disappointed in myself, but also exceptionally grateful that my parents are willing to, well, work their butts off for me at my property. That one is still, I shouldn't say baffling to me. It's not baffling to me. It's just that I feel spoiled that my parents are willing to work that hard on my property when they, in a way, don't get anything out of it. Except, you know, help their daughter, and I'm grateful and all that, but it's not, it doesn't give them anything, like, I don't even know how to explain it. But I feel like I owe them so much and that I can't repay them now because they worked so hard in my place. So yeah, but I'm, you know, they're willing to help, and it's not like I'm not forcing them. I'm not doing any such thing. They're the ones who when they come, they're like, okay, what's on the agenda for today? What are we doing today? And I was like, oh, maybe sit and chat for a bit and like visit. And I was like, no, we can do that while we work. Okay, then. I guess we're not gonna just sit on our butts and chit chat. And I mean, they grew up, yes, they're my parents, but they grew up different than I did. So they're not used to just sitting on their butts and doing nothing. They're used to working. They're used to working hard. So that's kind of, I guess you could say, not just lean into, that's just part of who they are, I think. They're working really hard. Or at least, it might not have been when they were kids, but they grew into it, I guess. I don't know how to explain it. But I'm always grateful, but also like, what is happening? I can't keep up. I should be able to keep up. So yeah, that's what I've been learning the last day. Actually, that's what I did yesterday. When did I last talk to you? I think it was a couple of days ago. Yeah, because I talked to you one day, and then I had the meeting with that woman about like the system and what I'm gonna do when I grow up, as in what job I will have when I get to be an adult. And yes, I know I'm an adult, but like career-wise, work-wise, stuff like that. And the results are not fully in, but seeming like me being a farmer or something to do with gardening in some kind. She was like, that might be a very good thing for you. And I was like, thinking about it, I'm looking there because that's my window where all the work outside, that's where it's all the work been happening. And I was like, yeah, if I can make enough money on that would be amazing. That would be great. I would love that. Unfortunately, it's not that easy to make enough money of it. There is occasionally a discussion in this country. It's like, oh, farmers are so rich. They work so hard, but yeah, they're rich. Maybe they don't work that hard, but they have a lot of money. And I was like, yeah, but that's because they have a day job. And then even though some would say that they're like full-time farmers, they have a day job to be able to afford to be farmers. So they're not really making that money, but because in the statistics, their farm income and their full-time day job income is combined, and then they're being called farmers, it looks like they're making a lot of money. And I was like, some are. The biggest ones, yes, they are. But like the average farmer, they have a day job to be able to afford to farm. Because it takes a lot of time, energy, and money to be a farmer, because it's expensive. There is so much equipment that you need these days. You can say, oh, you don't need it. If you want it to work, then you kind of do. At least if you also would like to, survive. And I'm pretty sure that the survival thing is important for, most of us. We generally like to survive when we do stuff. We might not always love the job we have, but we still would like to have enough money to, as I said, survive. And, some people are actually so, what can I say, so insistent of being in high demand or whatever, that they actually not just expect to survive, they actually expect to thrive doing what they do, which is, that's the thing. Who would have thought? So, yeah. I don't think, or correction, I know being a full-time farmer don't necessarily make you a ton of money, and it often And honestly, from what I could tell, and statistics and talking to people, from what I can tell, um, generally, it's not gonna work that well. And making enough money of it is, yeah, it's not for everyone because it's simply really, really hard. And you mean I do like a challenge. I'm not saying I don't like a challenge. I do like a challenge. It's just like how much of a challenge is too much of a challenge? That I feel like is a good question. And you know, I wouldn't back down from a challenge, but I also want to be okay and survive on the income I get, and really high demanding there. So that's another thing. I don't think, I don't know, and maybe also just don't know enough about like growing food and all at the moment because I haven't really done it that much. I love doing it, but I haven't had the space to do it before, and now I'm finally trying. It's like, woo, I knew it'd be a lot, but like, wow. On the other hand, it's not like this land had been used for probably at least the past 10 years, probably the last 20 years. Not much have been done with my field out there at all. The last couple of years it had been like cut a few times every summer, but that's it, and that's not really enough. So I'm kind of starting from scratch, and that is, yeah, it's hard. It's a ton of work. I'm enjoying it, but it's a lot of work. It's really, really, really a lot of work. But I'm also not like known for sitting down and say I give up. I tend to sometimes keep going at things probably longer than I should, but you win some, you lose some. But yeah, I'm gonna keep going with this, but I don't think it's gonna be able to make me like a full-time income, which is what I need, let's be honest. Because your girl's got bills to pay. I like to be able to have electricity in my house. There's a lot I like, and I will continue to get those things, so to speak. So it's gonna take a lot, but you know what? I'll figure it out. There's always a way. There's always a possibility of figuring things out, of making things happen, or don't ask me how, because I sure do not always know that. That is so, like, I have no idea. But I do know that there is always a way, and I'll figure it out somehow. Hopefully. Possibly. And there's sometimes you just kind of get to a point where you say, well, I have no idea how it's gonna work, but I just kind of have to go for it and basically close my eyes, keep my fingers crossed, and like jump in and say, I really hope I'll either learn to swim or know how to float, because sinking isn't really an option. Because yeah, it just isn't really an option, but technically it obviously is, because you have no guarantees in life. So, yeah, what do you do with that? I don't know. I'm all over the place today. That happens when I'm exhausted. And yeah, I'm gonna be a bit on repeat. I'm sorry, I'm exhausted today. You see, my parents came to visit yesterday and work. And it's just like, I'm just laughing at myself because it's so like ridiculous at this point that I get so exhausted. But I enjoy it so much. So it's like, I don't know. It's I don't know. It's a lot of work. obviously. But it's so enjoyable, even though I don't really function well the next few days. But as I said, there's always a way, and it'll figure out, and it'll be fine, and it's gonna be kicking my butt for a while, but you know, it's all good. It's all good. It'll work out somehow. Whether this puzzle is gonna work out or not, yeah, you know, eventually I'll get it. Eventually I get it. It is a big puzzle though. And it's, I didn't really sort much of anything after. I mean, I thought I would sort a little, but then I realized I wasn't quite sure how I wanted to sort it, and I wasn't sure because there's all these shades of blue and green, but and there are some other colors in all the fish, but it's difficult. Oh, and I just thought I saw one that could fit with this one. And there are so many pieces that my brain is going all confused. Going all confused? Wow. Anyway, you get what I mean, right? My brain is all spaced out and hopefully having a good time, and however it's spaced out. I was like, okay, I get these need to go somewhere close to each other, but I'm also missing pieces. I'm not missing pieces. I just don't have them right here because I can't see all the pieces. There's so many pieces. I mean, in total it's a 5,000 piece puzzle, but right here it's not 5,000 pieces, but it's a lot. I'm gonna need to stand up, I think, because this is not working that much anymore. And also I think, I don't know, but there are some of the pieces. Hold on. Just need to move this because according to the box, can you see when I'm pointing at the box? No. Well, in the box, my guess is, oh shoot, maybe not that one after all. But there are some pieces that I'm guessing. Okay, no, wrong guess. Wrong guess. But also, I think this one is wrong. Nope, not wrong. I'm trying to figure it out here. Oh, wait, look, look. The first piece is going in on the side. Can you even see? Oh, you can just, like, barely? Well, I have some on the side here now. That's pretty cool. And there's also one. Wait, what? Huh. That one should be easy to spot. It should be yellow. And I can't spot it. Maybe I wasn't as good of with the sorting as I thought I was. That could totally happen. Let's be honest. I don't know. Anyway, I'll figure it out. I hope. Ooh, maybe this one. That looks, ooh, that is promising. That's it. Oh, no, wait. Hold on. Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay. Move a little bit out of the way here. And, okay, move a little bit more out of the way here. Oh no, it's falling apart. It's falling apart. It'll be fine. Don't worry. You're probably not worried. I'm a little worried. Look at that. Can you even see it? It's so far on the edge. I just started the oh my, what? Are they really going to be that small? Oh. Oh, okay then. I think. Oh, that means, hold on. I really hope you, oh dear. I hope you can see this properly. There's, certain ways are not the best to sit at. But look at that, my first square. That's so exciting. Okay, when I'm really exhausted, I get excited about anything. That's the first square. Oh my God, this is so cool. This is, yeah, that is so cool. Okay, I'm sitting very weird right now. I need to sit up a little. Okay, here we go. Maybe. Can that? No, that cannot. Okay, So I just made some pieces fit. I now have the first pieces not just connected with themselves, but with the edge. That is so, oh my god. I'm very happy with that. And now I'm thinking, oh dear. These pieces do not lock that very well together. But, okay, these pieces, I'm struggling with the pieces, all right? Do not lock together. Look at that. This is going so well. They're not. Okay, maybe. Hold on. Even more. Okay. There is one challenge here now, and that is this board that I'm working on. It's not like a foam board or anything. It is wood, and it's not... I wouldn't put my hand down on it and slide it over if there weren't puzzle pieces between us, because I would worry that I would get splinters. And I don't like splinters, so I wouldn't want to do that. But yeah, that does not work. Okay, so now I'm sitting on my foot again, which is a bad idea. We tried that before. Because if I sit too long on my feet, they fall asleep. And then it's really hard to get up. But yeah, you're so far away. I'm not sure how long I've been talking, but I have a feeling that it's been a while because I know myself. And for my feet to not fall asleep too much, I think I'm gonna say, ow. I meant to say see you later, but I apparently just pulled my hair a little. I'm gonna see you later in another video. I hope you have enjoyed this. And are you excited that my first pieces are together with the edge? I hope so. I am. So that counts. So I hope you have a nice day. And thank you so much for watching. And I'll see you in the next one.